November in Estonia. The days are short, the weather is dark and wet. The world outside seems to be closing in, pulling everything towards stillness. This is the time of year when life naturally slows down. It's melancholic in a way. The darkness can feel heavy. But there's something else here too. Something quieter. An invitation to turn inward, to slow down, to be present with what is, rather than always rushing towards what's next. I'm planting garlic in the cold November soil. I'm covering it gently, knowing it will sleep through winter and wake in spring. There's no rushing this. The garlic doesn't care about my schedule. It has its own timeline. Giving water to the animals in the morning. The goats nuzzle my hands. These small acts of care, they're not interruptions to the day. They are the day. Carving lines into wood, each cut considered. Slow and meditative. The world outside moves fast, but here in this moment, there's only the blade and the wood and the image slowly revealing itself. This is the art of slow living, not performing slowness, but actually slowing down. I need to be honest with you about something. Days feel more complex now than they did in the beginning. When we first came to Estonia, life was simpler. We had less. We were building from scratch, yes, but there was a clarity to it. And now there's more to juggle. The homestead systems are established but need maintaining. The garden is productive but demands attention. There's the animal tending, the business, parenthood, creating content, managing the household, making art. Sometimes I catch myself rushing, moving quickly from one task to the next, trying to fit it all in before the short daylight hours disappear. And I have to remind myself, this is exactly what I moved here to escape. The paradox is that even in a slow living lifestyle, you can find yourself speeding up, especially this time of year when everything feels urgent because the days are so short. So this video is as much a reminder to myself as it is sharing with you. Permission to slow down. Permission to let some things wait, and permission to just be present with the fire, the meal, the carving and the moments I spent with my daughter in the afternoon light. I want to share something with you that I've never done before. Over the past decade of printmaking, I have accumulated a collection of pieces. Older works, experimental prints, pieces with slight imperfections that didn't make it into my regular shop. And they have been sitting in my storage. And I've realized that these pieces also deserve to find homes. To be on someone's wall rather than in my archive. So I'm doing a studio clearance sale. Out of these pieces are one of a kind. Only one available of each, and some are from years ago, featuring different themes than what I create now. And some have small imperfections. They're all 40% off the original price. Each piece carries a decade of learning, of developing my craft, of finding my voice as an artist. I've created a separate page just for this collection. So if you have been wanting to bring some original art into your home, or if you're drawn to supporting artists directly, I'd be honored if one of these pieces found a home with you. Afternoons and early evenings belong to my almost 2-year-old daughter Ileana. No phone, no work, just being together in whatever this moment holds. Building with blocks on the floor, looking through books, walking through the muddy paths to check on what Daddy is doing. Jonas is still working on the roof of the future art studio. Getting it finished is taking longer than we had hoped for. But winter is coming, and we want it to be done before the real snow starts to fall. We decided to integrate a window in the roof as well, to get some more light on the sleeping loft, and have a way to look at the stars in the nighttime from there. These hours spent with Eliana in the afternoon are sacred. Not because they're always magical or perfectly peaceful, but because they're fully present. This is slow living in its truest form. It's not aesthetics or performance. It's just time, attention and presence.
Wat ga jij doen? Wat ga jij doen? Hè? Wauw, mooiste. Hè?
The world will tell you there's always something more urgent. Another email, another task, another screen pulling your attention away. But there's nothing more urgent than this, than being here, with the people you love and the life you've built. We butchered some of our rabbits and traded the meat for deer meat with a friend of ours. We decided to use most of it to turn it into biltong, a way of preserving meat by drying it with a mixture of herbs. This is our off-grid fridge situation in the in-between seasons when there is not enough solar power to run a fridge, but it is also not cool enough to use the cold storage underneath the fridge. So it's a lot of going in and outside. It's not the most convenient situation. We had to sort out the onions because I noticed a few of them went bad and they can impact all the good onions as well. This time of year invites us to slow down. The darkness isn't something to fight against. It's seasonal, natural, and necessary. We're not meant to be productive and bright all year long. Sometimes we need to rest, reflect, turn inward like the earth does in the winter. My invitation to you and my reminder to myself is this. Give yourself permission to slow down with the season, to spend time with family instead of screens, to let some tasks wait until tomorrow, to find the art in the slow tasks, the shopping, the stirring, the carving, the planting. To be present with what is rather than always rushing toward what's next. Because slow living isn't a destination or an achievement, it's a practice. A choice you can make again and again, especially when life gets complex. The fire needs tending, the meal needs making, the garlic needs planting. These simple acts done slowly with attention, this is where life actually happens. Thank you so much for watching this video and I hope to see you all next time.